alright, no. Do just one thing.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to this edition of The Waterline. I'm Jamie Morris, Acting Communications Officer in the Ministry of Public Infrastructure, Energy Utilities, and Domestic Transport. And of course, this show is all about water. It is officially the St. Kitts Water Services Department's time to let us know exactly what's going on within the walls of the St. Kitts Water Services Department. So with me today, I have the Billing Supervisor, Shaquila Morrison, and the Assistant Systems Administrator, Jaden Hodge. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
All right, so I do have to say, of course, we have viewers, we have listeners. Feel free to call in if you want to engage these two knowledgeable people. We'll begin this way. I want to know a little bit more about your roles. So let's start with you, Ms. Morrison. What is it that you do as a billing supervisor?
Hi, good morning. My role is I get the information from the meter readers. They go out, they read the meters. They come in, they put them into the system. Then I go through them thoroughly, make sure there's no issues with the readings. If anything popped out of the range that we normally look for, I will ask for a back check, and then after doing the back check, I will process them normal, send them out to the post office, and that's it.
All right, so let's talk a little bit more about that. I love the part where you say that you're taking a proactive approach because you're looking for things that are outside the normal reading. Mm-hmm. So you're not waiting for a customer to call you to say, hey, what's this? You know, you're actually looking for it.
No. I always make sure that the readings that I sent out are more accurate enough. Get a back check from the reading from the meter itself, and then I will go from there. So sometimes when they come in and they get a high reading, I always initiate, they bring a reading as well. So that's when we go from there.
Okay, wonderful. And I'm sure that the Water Services Department's customers are glad to hear that you're being so thorough.
Yes.
Jaden, your turn. Let us know exactly what it is that you do. What are your responsibilities?
All right, so my responsibilities would be for the IT within the department. So managing the platform that we use for billing, as well as the online platform, as well as troubleshooting any problems that we have inside the department with the computers or any printers, etc. that we're using.
All right, so that's a very big job. Since we just talked about billing, I want to learn a little bit more about the relationship that you have with the billings division or department. What can you tell me?
Okay, so currently we brought back up the online billing platform. So now that customers can pay online instead of having to come into the post office or the NEMOS branch to pay. So we work with the billing team to when they issue the bills, we can upload it so customers can get their bills by email instead of having to wait by post, as well as they can pay their bills online.
I do have to ask, and I know it's not customer service here, but is that something that the customers were asking for before? Is that your response to it?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, and the feedback so far has been good?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No more long lines at the St. Kitts Water Services Department, right?
No.
Awesome. Okay, that makes your job a little easier. All right. So let's talk a little bit more now about customer engagement. Since we're on that topic of customers, how can we engage customers? How does the department handle customer inquiries and complaints regarding their bills? This is all you.
As I was saying before, when they come in, they come by inquiries. When they do come by inquiries, we check the bill, and then we ask them to bring a physical picture of the meter. Then when we read the meter, the picture what they give us, the reading of it, if it corresponds to what we have in our system, we then ask them to monitor their areas to see if they have any leakage around by the sinks, the toilets, if you're making any noise or anything to that pertain. Then after that, if they said they don't have anything, we even issue to them to have a plumber to check out the residents. If the plumber said that they don't have any kind of issues to that then we monitor the account for 3 months. If the usage goes down within the 3 months, then we make the necessary adjustments to it. But if it keeps climbing, then they really do have an issue with the bill.
No, that's a mouthful, but it's a
Yes.
very thorough process. And again, I'm certain that customers would be glad to know that you are working as hard as you do, because I believe sometimes they don't know that you're working as hard as you do. So it's good that you're here to let us know about that. Are there any particular strategies that you use to ensure that your customers are satisfied? I mean, there's a mantra, the customer is always right. Okay, that smile says it all. Yes, smile and engage.
Yes.
Okay, so no particular strategies. Jaden, yeah, well, I feel like you were just going to say something.
No, it's okay.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So, Jaden, let's talk a little bit more about what you do, particularly technology in the Water Services Department. You touched on it a little while ago, but we were talking about technology playing a role in the operations of the Water Services Departments. So, in terms of the systems that you're currently managing, what can you tell us about, let's say, any particular challenges that you might be facing, or perhaps even the parts of that process that you really enjoy?
Okay. So with monitoring the systems, it's usually a simple process, as in you have everything set up at the beginning, so you just monitor as you go along, as people come and people go. You just monitor the systems that way. But overall, it's a simple process, and it depends on the system as well. Because we have an online system where customers might have issues where they have to call in, which more than likely I would have to deal with that issue if they have a problem with signing up, or if they need help signing up, or to enter their account numbers. So I would deal with the customers with that. So it's different day to day based on what's the need of the department or the customers.
All right, so I'll ask you the question that I just asked Ms. Morrison then. Since you're interfacing with customers in that way, is there any particular strategy that you use to ensure that your engagement is always in top form?
Yes, you always try to understand what the customer's problem is. So sometimes they might say that they're not receiving something, where it can just be as simple as it's in the wrong inbox, or it's in the wrong email, or they did not put it incorrect. So you always just have to, you talk to the customer and get a better understanding of whatever the issue is, so that you can better help them.
All right, awesome. And one of the ways that I think that the department has done that, particularly as it comes to the online billing platform, of course, is that video tutorial, which some of you might not know is out there. So I'm just pointing you to the Water Services Facebook page, where you can view that tutorial and then sign up to pay your bills online, which is really what Jaden was talking about a little bit. All right. So now, there's a whole mouthful here that I have to ask you, but I'm going to break it down into bite-sized pieces. The importance of system maintenance in ensuring efficient water service delivery. Is your system maintenance specifically geared to water service delivery, or is it system maintenance that could be applied generally, and those rules are just things that you would do for maintaining systems?
Generally,
Generally.
yes.
All right, so what are some of those things that you do?
So when it comes to the system, you have to make sure that our computers are up to date. We make sure that our billing systems are accurate and it has no issues. As well as when we send in the bills, we have to make sure that everybody got their bill and not an error in sense of the incorrect email was inputted, or it has an error on our side. So we try to make sure that our systems are up to date, so that customers can get their bills on time, as well as the department, whichever division that you're in, can access all the information that they need in a timely and fashionable manner.
It sounds like you two work together a lot, at least that your departments do.
Yes.
I heard you say accuracy of bills, so you're back checking as well. Have you ever had to flag a particular issue, and if so, how did you deal with the billings department, or division rather?
Yeah, we have had issues sometimes when we're doing bills, when it comes to producing the bills, and they flag it to us, and we'll go through the necessary steps to fix it. So we work together to make sure that everything will be done on time.
I love that. You say cooperation is important.
Yeah.
So we're back to you now. Speaking of cooperation. All right, so Jaden talked a little bit about some of the challenges that he faces. I'm curious to know what's on the other side of that glass. So we walk into the Water Services Department. Obviously, you're responsible for billing. What are some of the common challenges that you face in that department, and how do you address them?
The challenges we have is... Wait, Miss Williams, are you able to help me there a bit?
By the way, Miss Williams is a shadow guest this morning, so you're not seeing her because she's off camera. Are you shy? Don't be.
The challenges we have, especially with the meter readers, they You always have something with issues with not getting to read the bills, or the meters.
And that
Sometimes,
could be for various reasons, right?
yes, sometimes you have water in the meter box. Sometimes customers do renovations, sand, stones over the meter.
So they can't access it.
Money can't access it. Then sometimes they move out. We don't get the information that somebody move out. We get return bills all the time. No information coming in to us pertaining those kind of things. So those things are more challenging to us because when we send out our bills, we're expecting that somebody is going to receive them. But then next couple of weeks, post office returning the same set of bills. to
So
us.
this is your opportunity then, and I guess I'll do it on your behalf to make an appeal to the public. If you're
Yes.
changing your address,
Even
please
when
let
you're
the department
deceased,
know.
even somebody is deceased and you know somebody's in the household, come to the office, give us your information, change over the names, any necessary information you need to bring. We tell you to provide so you can come, make the necessary changes, and then we deal from there. Because the return bills, oh my God, it's a lot.
You actually, okay.
It's really a
And you're
lot.
monitoring those accounts, so I'm curious to know, since you're monitoring, have you checked to see if those are actually being paid? Because some people actually do that, those things
Some of them we
automatically.
go through, they are being paid, but they are not getting the bills. They're just returning because apparently, like, post office policy is different to ours.
Okay, so then you have to go through them, so you're constrained by how they operate. That's totally
Yes.
understandable. Curious to know from my own knowledge here, since you're saying that you get a lot of returned bills, can a customer decide not to have you print a bill for him or her if they're going through that online platform? Is that something that
Yes,
is possible?
we're trying to eliminate that as well
Right, because
with the e-bills.
okay, that's great.
So
That's
they can come in, even they give us the email, give us an email, their cell phone number in to get a contact instead. Yeah.
Yeah.
With those kind of information, we really in need of.
okay. That's definitely important because I know that we're talking about going green and doing all these
Mhm.
things, re-energy, and we are in the ministry for that. So that's
Yeah.
great to know that they have the option. Back to billing. You're not off the hook yet. Have there been any recent technological advancements or any changes to the billing system?
I think.
No.
you can-
There hasn't been any changes, but we have been implementing electronic billing as well as the online payment that we just recently launched. So those are the major changes that we have done, and we are trying to get more customers to do to electronic billing because it will be quicker. You get your bills as soon as it's
Easier.
posted, and it's easier. You get your bills one time, you just pay it online as well.
Right, so then you literally have that platform that you're managing, which effectively
Yeah.
allows you to put that information up in real time.
Yes.
So the customers can check if they have queries. They can also
Call in, or they
Yes.
can contact customer service department, as well as we're trying to do a campaign that's going to launch soon, where because we are requiring customers to come and update their IDs, their email, and their contact numbers
Yes.
on the system, as well as if you change of address or if you have a tenant in your building, to come and update your information so that we can better help everybody at the end of the day. So we can help the customers so that they can have the accurate information. How everybody will be on the same page.
the fact that you're doing that, there's a campaign around that, suggests to me that, in concert with what you just said, there
Yes,
is a
with the
problem
return
with
bills,
current
yes.
information, right? So you definitely want the customers to know, well, to facilitate that process of having your systems be up to date. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. I hope that you're listening, of course. If you want to engage these two knowledgeable individuals here, we have a lot to say about what they do. Please feel free to call us here at ZISAT. I want to move on very quickly to community awareness. Again, this is all part of that process. But how do you educate the community about water conservation and its impact on billing? Obviously, that's a big thing because the more water you consume, the higher your bill is. And we're in an era where water conservation is king. So how do you do that?
To conserve it, mostly if you see any little dripping, every drop counts. If you put a bucket on it, any little dripping, it'll full up by the end of the day. If you see those kind of things in your household, be aware of it. Don't just say it's just a drip, because it's wasting wasting the water. All of that add up to your bill. Then you will come in, you want to know why you get the high bill.
Absolutely.
But then when you ask the necessary questions now, Oh, I had this simple little leak here and there and here the toilet, but I said those are the little things that cause the little high usage. So if you see those kind of things, be prepared to call a plumber one time, get it fixed, because those kind of things can help the situation with us conserving the water as well, because it's wasting.
Definitely so, and we don't have water to waste, so conservation again is king. Jim, I want to talk to you a little bit about data security.
Yes.
Okay, great. So how do you ensure the security of sensitive data related to water services, and what measures are in place, if any, to protect customer information?
All right. So internally, we have tiered access. So each division have access to the necessary information that they need to do their job. So it's not everybody have access to everything at once. It's based on what your position is what you can access. So our customer information is access based on the division as needed. As well as externally, we have the proper measures in place to monitor as well as to mitigate any attacks that we might be facing.
All right, now use of those proper measures. We're not going to get into detail, or at least not technical detail, but that requires you to monitor.
Correct.
That requires you to be really in tip-top shape or form looking for these things. I'm glad to know that you're on the job and that we don't have any threats, any risks per se, breaching our systems, so that's even more important. Data security, again, very important. Especially when we're sharing more information online, which we are. You're promoting e-billing, and signing up for services, etc. All right, so collaboration with other departments. We touched on it, a little bit, but we're going to do it more specifically now. So how does your role involve collaboration with other departments within the Water Services Department, Jane? And what does the ideal picture of teamwork look like to you?
All right. So as you know, IT is in every division, every aspect of a business. So as IT, we'll have to make sure that we get the necessary software that needed by each division to perform their job. So any division that needs any software to better do their job, we will look for it and we will look and procure that kind of software for them. So collaboration, in a sense, can be that we try to have our systems connect to each other so that information will be able to be stored in one central place as well as into the systems that each division would need to do their daily task. So that's the collaboration that you would mostly see for IT.
Well, that definitely makes for better business practices, definitely. So, all right. So as we continue our engaging conversation, there is so much to talk to you about, but I do want to switch gears a little bit and speak to Miss Morrison. You'll get a similar question shortly, Jaden. What inspired you to pursue a career in this particular field?
I love numbers. I love computers. When I saw the opportunity to go into the billing, I was kind of skeptical about it. But then getting to see the background of it, yeah, I just fell in love with it because numbers is my thing. And making sure that customers get the right set of bills every month is really, really, really enjoying.
Good. And a similar question to you, Jaden.
Well, I've always enjoyed IT since I was younger, so it was always been a passion of mine. And this role, the systems administrator, it allows me to do my passion of IT as well as software, where we can find software that can help any person in the department to do their job. So they're looking at the different softwares that out there are ways that can better the department. Yes.
And you're engaging too, and I think that's it, because in addition to engaging customers who are external to the entity,
Correct.
You're also interfacing with each other and helping those systems to improve for the benefit of customers. So that's so very important. I'm glad that you're doing that as well. Well, we are almost out of time, but Jaden, this question is for you. As we look ahead, what trends or advancements have you detected or do you foresee in the field of IT as applicable to the Water Services Department? Are there any?
All right. So one thing that we are currently looking at is the implementation of smart meters. So that's one of the things that we are looking at currently, where you'll get a more accurate reading on your bill, as well as you'll be able to help to detect leaks quicker. So that's one aspect we're looking at. And also, we are looking at different things such as the possibility of a prepaid water meter. And in regards to the system, once we finish our customer update campaign, where we now have more current information, we'll be able to use the platform for more to send notices so that customers can get their bills quicker. Any notices for their bill or for their area, we'll be able to send out by email, or any other measures that we can implement at the time, so that it will just make it easier for everybody to be on the same page.
All right, something you said I do want to pick up on. I heard prepaid. When I think prepaid, I think, okay, this is my phone, I have a prepaid account, and when that's done, it's done. Is it that we're looking, if you can answer this, because I'm not sure you can, but is it that we're looking for people to keep their bills current or in advance so that they never run out of water? Okay, interesting. You got that, right? Just making sure that everybody got that. So prepaid. It's interesting. So that way your bill will never be in arrears.
Correct.
And you'll always get through you, what you do, Jaden, a real-time notification of, how much water you're using. You know how much you paid for. So you'll know, hey, I love the way this is working.
Yeah.
All right, so that's something to look forward to. It's very engaging and very interesting. All right, so as we are about to wrap up, any final words from you, Ms. Morrison?
Stay connected, pay your bills online. We have every facility there. If you see a leak anywhere, report it. Even if it's not in your residence, report it, because we are also helping. Each one help one. We're conserving. He help you, help us.
I love that. I'm going to steal that. All right, Jaden.
All right. Mostly, it would be about to come and update your information on file. If you know you have a tenant in the building, come and add their names. You can speak to any one of the customer service representatives, and they can tell you what's necessary. You can update your email, your IDs. You can update your contact information, so that we have a better way of helping you, so that we understand if we see anything that's out of place, or if we need to contact you for any reason, that we have the means of contacting you. So I just want to let customers know to come and update the information so that everybody can help each other.
Awesome. And another way that you can help, because I guess this is my role now, is to use the hotline number to report any leaks that you spot or anything like that. So it's 662-4307. Thank you for joining me today for this edition of The Waterline. Billing Supervisor Shaquilla Morrison and Assistant Systems Administrator Jaden Hodge.
Yes,
I'm Jamie
thank you.
Morris saying thank you for joining us. See you in two or more weeks. Bye-bye.
The specials at Domino's are hot, hot,